This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you from the East Bay and Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Oakland Raiders. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
Hawks. 15. First down, Seattle.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. A run with Portis. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 7, Raiders 0. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready up. 51, Mike, 51. All day, all day. Back. Ready.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this.
Here we go. 10-2 stop. You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? Look, squeeze. Lucky. Kill. Alert three. Get it.
On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Ready,
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
General West.
Back to throw here. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 20-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyler Eifert, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
On the give, here's Portis. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. DJ Chark hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Mike, 49. Zebra.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Check.
Here's Portis. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
49's the mic. And let's get that ball here.
Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Check 24. Check 24.
Now a carry for Portis. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Wilson flush to it, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson. Touchdown now on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and through by Myers, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Give them 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Based on travel. Smooth. Check. Go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going to take a shot for Gallup. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10.
Check your hot read.
On play action, they'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Check hot.
6-6. Pull it high. Ready?
They'll set up a throw. Got his man. It's Eifert. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Pretty entertaining start. 14-all the score on EA Sports.
14-14.
Ready? 18 Gator.
Hey, let's go. Danny. Showing up.
Protein spill.
He's checking. Crash.
Get it.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards, the final tally.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Sam off. Hit it.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. A give, the first man through, Gillespie, the fullback. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. It's the fullback. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll run it here with Portis. And an alley to run. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another. Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Minus 50, minus 50. Hey, let's get some penetration here.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Wilson now. Going to throw again. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And
now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Hey, lock it.
He's coming, double up.
5.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
54. Here we are.
2nd and 11. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him a first down. 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
X3, 218, chopper.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And that's a nice gain by him on first down, picking up some key yardage.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
Get your swerve on.
Sit up.
2nd and 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Set 30 base.
I know he ain't got it.
Hey, wahoo! 54 mark down. Check.
Now back to throw. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one is right down the middle. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it. But it just kept carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in. Maybe a
pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Check 26.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over.
Down, 50, plant.
54. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Let go.
On the draw, Richard. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. He'll look to throw. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
I'm going back to you.
He'll drop to throw. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
94. Mike 54.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Hey, Orbit.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devin Funchess in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's Jacobs on first and 10. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Set, ready? 60 or.
yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on third down.
The end result was brute force on brute force, but think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Go.
Watch the motion. Hey, watch that. Watch that.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to find Gallup here complete. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
And the Raiders first down. First and 10 at the 41.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 41. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
On the set.
54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Say go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Running the toss here to Jacobs. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
At the 15-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Mike, 54. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Slam.
Chopper. Get it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So that flag will cost them 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. And here's Wilson to throw again. Flushed out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw again is Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Elsewhere at Arrowhead there in the 3rd quarter. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. They set up the screen to Portis. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. The trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll run on 3rd down with Portis. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
1st down, Seahawks.
Hey, here we go. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Being chased out left. And that's off the mark, incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Mike 50. Watch the pass.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Jennings was the one he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
2 incompletions haven't moved them any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here.
4 down, check, 4 down, 4 down.
Check, check.
Mike's 50, target.
Run left.
Mike's 50. We don't want this.
From the gun, it's Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson dancing to his left. And this is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
25 yards that time. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Check 13.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Kill.
Bam, 5.
Check.
They don't give it here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Look at me. Door.
You got tape.
Hey, Haywood.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Raiders on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
I'm coming after you.
Hey, 1 set. Check, Mike. Hey, Charlie. 54. Yeah.
They're going to look to throw. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Seahawks will take over at their own 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They hand it off to Portis, and he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. He'll get it in the hands of Clark. Complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Running right, Portis. And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Wilson on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. In for the score. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Pick up the ball. Switch.
You draw Corker. Shoot.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a handoff to Richard. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Back to throw here. Going for it all. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead, or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun.
It's been a long day for you. Mine's 54. Mine's 54.
On play action, they'll throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Go out.
Check three.
Look, screen.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Now, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will swell the lead to 16. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll pitch it out here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do, but they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Oakland, their battle to finish 500 gets a slight lift as they move to 6-8 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.